Can you imagine a city being built in a desert? Yes, deserts can be some of the harshest areas on the planet. However, that does not mean they are uninhabitable. We know a country that has the capacity to produce oases, fish farms, and even establish a city in a desert, right? But wait for a second, did we say fish farms and cities are being built in China? Welcome back to another exciting episode of our channel. Innovation Diary brings you China's innovation stories, projects, and growing influence in different parts of the world. If you are new to the channel and enjoy learning about fast-paced modernity, especially China's development and growing power, you will definitely find our videos intriguing. In this video, we will unveil how China is building the $760 million fish farm and city project in the desert. Watch the video until the end to know how fish can survive in the desert. Let's get started. Everyone knows that China has the world's largest population. However, little do people know what problems a country can face if it has to take care of over 1.45 billion people. Accommodating and providing quality of life becomes a difficulty that can cost the citizens their lives if they are not taken care of. But this problem is yet exacerbated by little land available in China for the ever-growing population. Deserts and infertile land cover most of China, meaning no cities and no agricultural lands for the Chinese. Among the deserts, the Gobi Desert is the largest one, covering China's peripheries. For years, China has wanted to convert these deserts into some sort of utopia forests. However, the world knows that it's not possible. Even if there is some probability that deserts can be transformed into forests, they will need an excess supply of water in the desert. But that's ironic because deserts do not have water, and rainfall is minimal. That's why deserts stay desert for eternity, even they start to engulf the surrounding land as well. In China, not only is there the Gobi Desert, but also the majority of its land comes under desert attack. China cannot accept this as a natural decision which should not be changed. That's why China decided to do something no one could imagine, changing deserts into forests, cities, and industrial centers. But how could that be done? Before we continue further, tell us, are you loving the video? If yes, please like and share the video and subscribe to our channel for more videos about China's development, power, and influence on the world. Let's continue now. Here, it becomes an obvious question why China wants to inhabit deserts by building fish farms. Why the whole focus is on fish but not on anything else? Well, the answer is too obvious yet too hidden. If you see, the earlier civilizations used to settle near the banks of the rivers since they needed a permanent source of water. And that region gradually converted into small cities. This means that China needs water in deserts for communities and the population to settle there. However, in today's modern world, water alone cannot resolve all problems. Humans need modern tools as well, besides food. China could solve the problem of providing water in deserts by creating man-made water bases, but how can people living in deserts be self-sufficient in food? Even if we are talking about converting deserts into forests, that does not mean crops could be cultivated there. Hence, all this takes us to a single answer: meat. Only animal meat is not sufficient, and animals cannot breed quickly. All that takes us to establish fish farms, which became the ultimate policy of the desert settlers of China. For the very first time, China decided to create fish farms in the Kumtag Desert of Gansu Province. In 2001, about $16 million were invested in this project. However, this could not give China early success. The atmosphere, temperature, and sandstorms in the desert made things worse, and the project failed. However, China came to know that this was the only hope. Again, the project was revamped, but still, sandstorms would cover even 2 floors of the fish farms. Getting a large amount of water to run a gigantic fish farm was another problem. Chinese engineers mined land several meters down but could not find water. Hence, at last, it was decided that water would be brought to the Kumtag Desert by constructing a line between it and a nearby glacier. Ponds were made in the desert that could store water and bear fish. Not only that, but roads and bridges were planned to be constructed in the Kumtag Desert in Gansu Province. In the Kumtag Desert, China opened its third highway that passes through the desert, laying the framework for settlement in the future. In a desert where highways, greenery, towns, and tourists are being seen today. All that is being done to inhabit the desert and make it suitable for the population to live. It should be noted that fish farms are not being made in deserts because there is no other place, but because China wants to start a new ecosystem in deserts. Fish farm setters in the desert said that if wheat, corn, and other crops are tried to be cultivated in the desert, they will need large amounts of water. However, fish do not need that. Ponds of water are enough and can be reused using filtering and recycling technology. In turn, when water is used for farming, it produces tons of fish, especially the famous rainbow trout, which brings revenue. This water can also be used for irrigation because the planting process is actively underway. Establishing fish farms was not the sole objective, rather, the goal was to create a region that would be self-sufficient and can have a sustainable food source. Now, after years of fish farming, China is bragging about materializing a new concept. In the desert, many hundred miles away from industries, China is pumping energy to start a new circular economy. In this circular economy, no one needs to leave the desert to get anything from cities. They can have everything there while the products being produced can be sold in the country and worldwide. It's this economy which is attracting people and even tourists to see the little homes and buildings visible in the desert, hinting toward an early civilization-like atmosphere in the desert. Every year, only the Kumtag Desert produces 600,000 kilograms of rainbow trout, which, in turn, brings revenues for the development process. It's just unbelievable that China has successfully devised a cycle that self-financed the progress and forestation of the Kumtag Desert. One is forced to doubt his eyes when they see highways and underpasses within a desert, making it nearly a fictional experience. That's the reason why thousands of tourists are coming to China to see how it is turning deserts into forests. Today, a little city seems to appear in the Kumtag Desert whose main product is the rainbow trout. If someone is given the news that fish farms in a desert are producing 600,000 kilograms every year, they won't believe it. People worldwide have been moved by the news that China is now successfully inhabiting deserts. Perhaps, one of the major benefits China has is the nearby glaciers that can be used as water sources. Supply lines can be laid, and cold water can be carried into deserts, changing the very concept of hot, dry deserts. A forest is so different from a hot yellow desert because of the water level under the ground and rainfall level. A place where the temperature is high and water availability is low converts into a desert. Hence, China is trying to quench the thirst of these deserts by opening the mouths of cold glaciers. Water comes from these glaciers and brings new life into the deserts. That's how China is building fish farms, creating cities and towns in the deserts. Do you think cities, towns, and even fish farms can be built in deserts? Well, this might seem difficult, but China can do anything it plans. Can you guess what the world will look like if all the deserts are used for forestation and building cities? Comment right below in the comment section, are these ecosystems and deserts sustainable? Do you want to watch more videos like this one? If yes, please like and share the video and subscribe to get exclusive videos about how phenomenally China is developing. Until the next video, stay tuned.